Okay, we're live, and we got a full panel today, and we got a lot of people that are going to be coming on here to view this as well. This is real important. I got my double glasses on here. It's pretty wild. Okay, I'll take those off so I don't look like such a six-eyed geek. But I have to wear those because of my eye condition. It's the only way I can actually read things properly on the screen. They're magnifying glasses on top of my glasses. So, but what we're going to talk about today is how you can potentially make 5,000 in 21 days. And honestly, folks, without any kind of hype or anything on this, I believe the potential for this is far, far beyond that. We just saw in the last, I'm going to say 48 hours, since we officially started the pre-launch of Project Titan on Saturday, we have seen people, create 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, even $29,000 in a single day with this. So never mind in 21 days, it's what's going to happen with it, and it's because of the product that we have. Now again, we got to put the income disclaimer up here because results aren't typical, because none of these people on this panel or anybody in this company is typical, okay? We're ones that go out and we work for the money that we make. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme. If that's what you're looking for, sorry, you're not going to find that here. Okay, this is something that takes dedication, focus, and commitment to make it happen. But the one thing that I have to say, and again, every single one of us are under NDA in here, so we can't really release a whole lot on here. But we are going to be capitalizing on the second largest market in the world, okay? And, I don't even think I can even say what that is, so I'm not going to. I got to be careful what we say. But, the largest market in the world is information technology, okay? Now, the real cool thing is that even part of Project Titan actually taps into that. So we're tapping into really the first and second largest markets. Now the second largest market in the world is literally untapped in the network marketing arena. Okay, literally. I mean, we are coming in strong with probably the only product that's actually there in this arena, the way that we're coming in with it. Okay, and this is what has me excited, because not only that, we've got world-class people that are involved with this as well, which even puts it far beyond that, because most of this, what you're going to find, is usually what I would call almost private sector. Okay, it's offered privately through separate entities. Again, I got to be careful what I say. So I guess that's about as close as I can actually say to that. But what we want to talk about today is what happened on Saturday night and Sunday night especially, because Sunday night, everybody that came in and actually locked in for Project Titan on Saturday was on a special webinar on Sunday to launch a 5K or more in 21 days campaign. This has me excited. I don't know how many people are on this panel here today, but you know what? I made $1 grand in my first day. So I'm $4 grand away, and I'm only on the third day. So you know what I mean? So, some of us have made more. Some of us are still looking for our very first sale. But the very cool thing is with this is we get 100% commission on our very first sale. So you're going to make your money back on your very first sale, and every sale after that, it's a minimum of 50%. Now I'm saying a minimum because you can actually get more bonus money if, depending on your ranks and your sales, okay? Because it adds up. As you get to a rank, you end up getting paid a little bit more and a little bit more, up to as much as I think around 60 or 70%, okay? Which is huge, okay? And I'm not even going to tell you how much it is, because if you're serious enough, you're not even going to question that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go across the panel here. We're going to talk with the guys and gals across the panel here. and get their feedback on what's been happening for those that are in Project Titan right now and that have started the 21-day challenge. So I know there's a few of you on here that aren't in Project Titan yet, so I'm going to get to you guys afterwards. I'm going to go forward to those that are actually part of Project Titan. Okay. Now we're going to start with let's start with Trisha Lee. Trisha Lee, we'll start with you, and we'll work across to the left. Okay. I'll throw you under the bus today. So. First of all, what have you think? What are your thoughts on Project Titan? And second of all, what have you been doing to capitalize on this 21-day challenge that we have?
Okay, you're really throwing me under the bus here because I'm actually one of the people you're supposed to be leaving for afterwards. But just let me say that I am committed and determined to becoming a part of Project Titan. But for me, it was all I could do just to be able to be in Nashville to see it unveiled. And I'm actually in the process of garnering the resources I need to get involved with this as soon as possible. So I see the value of it. I know how important it is. And for me, it's just a resource issue. However, I have my fingers on the pulse of where I can access that, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be able to become a part of what you guys are all talking about. And anybody out there that's watching, if you have the resources available now or can access them in any way, I highly suggest that you get involved ASAP, which is what I'm attempting to do at the moment and will soon be successful with. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to share.
Oh, awesome. Well, I didn't know that, but I mean, this is still good to hear this. Okay, so you know what? Let's just go right across. Okay, I'll go back to you, Yarmo. We'll get your thoughts on what you know about Project Titan. Hopefully, you do know a little bit about it already. So let's get your feedback on that. Okay. You there? Okay, he might have stepped away. Okay, Steve, let's go over to you. Okay, let's get your feedback on Project Titan, and again, you know, what kind of results are you getting right now from the last couple of days?
But I have been gone.
Hey, hang on, you're a little bit low. Hang on, you're a little bit low. Can you check your volume?
Hang on a minute. You hear me now?
Still a bit low. You're kind of muffled.
I wonder what's going on. The clock is up. Can you hear me now?
Okay, well, yeah, it's getting a little. When you get closer, we can hear you.
Well, I wonder why the thing's not picking me up.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll come back to you. Okay. Okay, Setigate. I'm not sure. Have you purchased Project Titan or not yet? Setigate?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Have you purchased Project Titan yet?
He's on the way.
Okay, I'm going to get back to you then. I'm going to go over to the ones who have purchased it first. Okay, I'll be right back.
Carl, let me talk, bud. Let me talk.
I'm over to you now. It's your turn, buddy.
I'm chomping at the bit over here. You're making me wait. Everybody else looks at us getting thrown under the bus. I'm like, let me go. I'm usually quick to jump in and talk, but especially with this. You know, Carl started off by saying how how different things are since this whole thing started. For me, being relatively new, not having a team underneath me, and really struggling to find active team members. I've put a number of people in, but finding those active team members has been a challenge. Since this whole thing started, it's absolutely transformed the way that my business has been going. You know, if you read a lot, they talk all about, you know, how instead of being the hunter, you become the hunted. That's the type of transformation that I've seen that's just blown my socks off. I have people coming out of the woodwork to contact me and want information and want to sign up, and I don't even know where they're coming from. I don't even know where they're coming from. And you know, usually it was me chasing people down and staying on top of them and making sure that, you know, they did, you know, what they were supposed to do, and then ultimately they sort of didn't pan out. Now I've got people trying to just figure out where they can sign up, and it's remarkable, the difference. Carl, I'm already on about step 10 of the 21-day plan. I got so pumped for this thing. I mean, I've gotten about think I've gotten about 10 hours of sleep in the last 3 nights. But yeah, I mean, I've put everything out there. I've contacted everybody that I could on Facebook, and I didn't even have an Instagram account that was active, that I was working on. I had one opened, but I hadn't made one single post, and now I've got that thing rolling. Twitter is cranking out, sending
Yeah, they're
out
all cranking.
emails, and yeah, I got everything on, full bore, and it is remarkable. The sending out that video was absolutely key, and doing the Facebook Live things has been helpful. I don't know exactly how many people were watching and that I actually got through to on that, but like I said, I got people coming at me from all directions, and I don't half the time I'm not even sure where they're seeing it. People from my list are responding. People from Facebook are responding. So it's incredible. It's incredible.
Okay, hang on. Someone's got their. Can you mute out, please?
That's me.
Sorry, Mark. I'm just gonna
that's okay.
mute out everybody here.
I think Fern's got it.
Okay. So I'm just.
So I mean, I was actually pretty much done. It's dramatically changed the way things have been working for me. I'm starting to see the power of, having something so appealing. People are dying to know about it that they're chasing you down to find out about it. When I first watched that short 90-second video, I looked at it and I said, "Oh, okay. We'll send this out, whatever." It really did. When I looked at it, I didn't think that it was gonna just bowl people over the way that it seems to have. I guess we were there. We saw it live. It was powerful then, but I didn't think it would have the same effect on people that weren't there. But it clearly does. It's gotten a lot of people excited. I've gotten people signed up that weren't signed up before. And with some of the challenges of getting people into Titan alone, I think it's just easier to put them in. And so that's that's what we've done. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I'm just so fired up about this. It's crazy. Connie, I'm going to skip over you. I'm going to go to Judy because of the time difference over there. So I'll bounce right back to you after Judy. Okay?
Okay.
So Judy, go ahead. I did mute you out, so you'll have to unmute yourself. But come on board. Again, I'm not sure if you actually bought the product yet or not, but give us your feedback on it regardless.
Yes, I did buy the product. I bought it when it was first advertised, and I had no idea really what I was buying, but I've made a commitment to be successful in Empower Network, and there's nowhere else for me to go. So this is the train I'm on, and I'm not getting off. So I've attended everything, and I'm still learning. I'm on day 3, which is day 3, sending a personal email out. I'm still learning how to, well, I haven't learned yet how to send the email to my list. So I'm still looking for trainings and trying to work things out. And I don't have a big list anyway, but I'm doing each day what they say we have to do if I find someone. I actually spoke to someone this morning at the door because I was selling everything I can get hold of around the house. A young chap came to pick up some CDs, and I had a conversation with him, and he said, "Yeah, send me some stuff." So I've emailed him the video, and we'll just see what happens with that. So I probably haven't been as active as you guys, but I'm new and still learning, but I'm in there.
Well, there you go. Well, you know what? And here's the other thing. Even though it says day 3 on there, still continue to do day 1 and day 2 as part of that process. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be part of it. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to find, the people that I contacted 2 days ago are now contacting me now. Okay? So that's going to happen too. So that's another thing to get really excited about, because even though maybe they're not responding the same day, you're going to get them responding back. Just like the gentleman who phoned me, he saw my stuff yesterday, okay, and phoned me today on it, right? And again, he just saw my stuff on Facebook. I didn't even know who he was, right? So, that I could remember. He spoke and said, well, we did talk a few years ago or something, but I don't know. I'm getting kind of old. I can't remember that far back half the time. So, I can't remember what happened last week sometimes, right? Well, it'd be 2 weeks. I remember Nashville, but okay. Let's bounce over to Connie, okay, and then I'm going to get back to those that I skipped over, which is Steve. We'll see if he's got his thing all sorted out, and then Yarmo and that, okay. So Connie, let's go over to you. Let's get your feedback, and I also want you to share just a tidbit of what happened to you in Next Level Breakthrough, okay?
Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me good?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, with the Project Titan, it really sold me. What really sold me is what's about to come that we can't talk about. But when they showed us what's about to come, that's what I'm really excited about, is using it. It's just nothing that's ever been done before, and it's something that's much needed in every aspect of everyone's life. So I can't explain more, but I'm excited about the actual project itself, right? And on top of that, it's like we can make commissions off of it. So I'm like, man, that's a win-win, And the high commissions, like you said, that 100% first commission, that's phenomenal. So I'm a little different because I didn't manifest the money that first day. So by the time I did manifest this money to get in on Project Titan, I had already made my first sale. So I saw that I had lost out on that first $1,000 commission. So that really pushed me to do everything I could to come up with that money. And then that same day, I was able to do that and come up with the money to get in on Project Titan. So I'm excited now, and I'm just really, just doing everything I can to get the word out, because I want everyone to be in the position to be in the forefront of this project. All I can think about is Mark Zuckerberg, and when he was when he pre-launched for Facebook, and then there was a few people that he knew that didn't jump on board with him, and they lost out on what is now $1 billion company. You know what I mean? So I just didn't want to be one of those people, and I don't want the people that I come across, the people that I know, the people in my family, I don't want them to be one of those people where they miss out on something that's just about to skyrocket, So I'm very excited for this launch and being a part of it. And your other question in regards to our last event, that was my first event that I went to live, and yet they, pulled me to the stage for the Next Level Breakthrough accomplishment. I was a part of our Next Level Breakthrough group, and when I was in that group, I did my daily actions and stuff, and they held us accountable, and they coached us on different techniques and different personal development techniques, and it just was all so very helpful. So the key for me was just to stay plugged in and to do as I was being taught. And in the group that I was specifically placed into within the Next Level Breakthrough, I was in the free strategy group. So I was awarded or recognized for doing very well, utilizing the free strategy techniques that were being taught. And so that was a blessing. It was nothing that I expected, because I didn't know how everyone else was doing in the group, but all I knew is that I just needed to stay plugged in. I needed to be consistent and just do what was being taught, So I did that, and it really, it was a really awesome experience to be able to be recognized on stage in front of so many people and be able to share that excitement with everyone.
Well, here's something that both you and I have been impacted by. Now, I don't know if anybody else on here was on Next Level Breakthrough, but I wasn't. You were. But the thing is that what we learned, what you learned in Next Level Breakthrough, and what happened to me backstage before I went on stage, is all part of the product that Titan is coming out with. Okay.
Yes.
And this is what's so amazing. Now, I will tell you this. I can share this. That when I was backstage, even though I've been in this industry for 36 years, I speak pretty well in front of crowds and stuff like that, and I have no problem doing hangouts, that sort of thing. But this was my very first time ever going on a stage in front of people. Okay? When I talk about a stage, I mean it's a literal stage you're on in front of thousands of people. And before I've sat at the front of a classroom and talk to like 100 or 200 people. But this was a little bit different. Now you're staged, okay? So I had the butterflies for that and was worried that, something was going to happen to me. So William Wood actually sat down with me, put his hands on my shoulders, and looked me straight in the eye, and we had a conversation. I'm not going to tell you what the conversation was. But in that 2 to 3 minutes of that conversation, he literally grounded me, okay, which was very, very amazing. And that I was able to go on stage and be able to share what I wanted to share without literally losing it, okay? And I shared my story on stage, which I did lose it a little bit, but not what I could have had I not been grounded before I went on. Okay. Mark talks about when he goes on stage, he'll probably cry like a baby or something like that, right?
Oh yeah.
That literally might have happened to me, okay? Because I've been through a very emotional run the last couple of years, and I shared my emotional story on stage, and although I got a bit choked up on there, I didn't lose it as much as I might have had I not been grounded before I went on. And this is the power of what this product is coming up. This is just a small smidgen of what this product is going to be able to do for people. We are literally going to empower people seriously, seriously strong. Okay?
Yes.
So let's get over to some of the others that are on here. Thanks, Connie, for sharing that.
Carl, can I just before we jump across, can I just say one thing on what you were just talking about? Just how incredible Will is, and you see when he's talking on stage and stuff. Just to help ground myself today, in between patients, I put my headphones on and I went on to his website, his YouTube channel, and I watched a little training on him teaching you how to do meditation. So you have access to him, even there's free access to him, and he's an incredible guy and does some incredible stuff. I even use that in my office just to keep me centered, keep me focused.
Yeah, that's smart. I never even thought to do that to get onto his channel. I think I'm going to do that right after the hangout.
I'm a subscriber.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be after this hangout. Actually.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
So, let's jump over. Francis, I'm going to get to you last, okay? Since you came on last, I'm going to hit up Yarmo and then over to Steve. So Yarmo, come on and let everybody know. I don't know if you've purchased actually Project Titan yet, but you obviously know about it. So what are your thoughts on what you've seen? You signed the NDA and you've been through that and seen. I'm sure you've been through the whole video. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, just to let you know. As you know, we've been very busy with funeral homes, so I haven't done any of that. Terrell told me about the, about this new Titan thing, but I haven't had a chance. Today's the first day I was able, so I plan on watching all that, and then I can tell you after that.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I understand you've been through some pretty big, challenging situations here with the loss of loved ones and stuff. So my condolences to you for all of that. So let's jump over to Steve. Steve, let's see if you got sound back, bud, and then we'll get to Francis.
Testing 1, 2.
You're still a little bit low, but we'll see what we can do. I'll try and crank it up here a bit.
Where in the world?
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Okay, hang on. I think we got you now.
You got me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, the phone's ringing here. Hang on a minute.
Okay, you're good. You're sounding good. You can go.
All right. I did not. I have not purchased the product. I'm in the process of trying to get some cash around if I can. So you gotta go put a couple furnaces in.
Oh, there you go. No problem. I mean, look, you know about the product. You know how powerful it is. You were at the event. You saw everything get unveiled there. So, with staying within our NDA, okay, I need to make sure we stay within the NDA. Explain to people what impact, how you think this is going to impact people out there.
Well, what I saw, it looked good, but I'm still trying to get my head around it myself. Okay?
Yeah.
I seen the title, but I'm just still trying to get my head around it.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. So I guess we'll leave it at that then, until you can get your head around it. But it's actually multiple parts. Okay, this whole Project Titan is actually the missing piece to the entire Empower Network puzzle. Okay, this completes it in such a powerful way. For anybody that's been in Empower Network for a few years, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you that are just on board recently, you're gonna see the puzzle automatically form before your eyes. It's gonna be absolutely amazing, especially when the back end part of it comes in. I'm under NDA, I can't talk about that, but we're talking about more the info product side of it, okay, which is the number one industry out there, and then the number two industry is the other core part coming in here, which is development, and that's where I'm going to leave it at, okay, because I know that's broad, but that's just as much as I think I can share. So Francis, are you still around? Can we get you on? Francis? She's muted out. Okay, Fern, let's go over to you, bud. I know you've recently purchased Project Titan, so just unmute yourself there.
Talking to me there, Carl?
Yep, can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, sorry about the phone call a minute ago there. Made a lot of noise.
No worries.
Anyway, yes, of course, after listening and watching these live stream, I don't know how many evenings now, and watching these people speak on stage, like there was Mars, and there was Earl, and there was Will Wood, and of course Dave Wood, and a few of the odd one. Just listening to them, God, some of these people are very bright. I really enjoyed listening to Will Wood, and I think Saturday night I sort of made the decision. What the hell, It's only another $1,000 on my credit card. And now, well, of course, it's so many things to learn. I mean, I'm still trying to, learn a lot of stuff with Empower Network and so on. And now we're throwing this at us, at Project Titan, and of course, I'm like everybody else. I don't have too many people under me and my downline. 4 people signed up and 2 signed back out. So I'm trying to communicate with these right now, just about to get the Empower Network going with them as well. Anyway, just plugging away at it.
Well, you're gonna. This is normal in our industry. It's because people in our industry don't get our industry. The ones that are just tapping into it, coming into ours, off of whatever regular jobs, that sort of thing, right? What they're doing is they're coming in to find a alternate source of income, not realizing the power of what our industry is. Okay, and that's what it is. It's basically just not being knowledgeable enough, and that's why some people will leave our industry, because our industry is not like regular offline industry. Okay, it's not like going to your work and standing in a cubicle and whatever it is. Okay, we're a totally different animal with a totally different mindset that's out there. This is why you have the entrepreneurs okay, up here. Then you have the corporate world underneath it, and then you have the general population. Okay, that's just basically, those are the three tiers. Okay, so you've got entrepreneurs, corporations, and then regular workplace. Okay, and the people that we're attracting are the regular workplace. These are the ones that have the mentality of the 40-40-40. Work 40 hours for 40 hours a week for 40 years, and get, retire on 40% of their income, right? So, and here's somebody else who just wants to join, but they're going to have to wait. So, but we attract these people because mostly it's out of desperation, okay, that they're coming to us. And sorry, I can't mute that out. And so what happens is these people are coming because of that mentality they have. They haven't been able to put their head around the entrepreneur, okay? The entrepreneur are those people that are running their own businesses, okay? They're not working in a corporate ladder. They're actually gone out, like Mark, who's an entrepreneur. I mean, he's an oral surgeon that went out, started his own practice, and that's the entrepreneurial type person that's out there. So he's gone into a literal reverse role. I mean, when you go from working for somebody and then working for yourself, it's a totally different animal now, because now there's no guarantee of any kind of income unless you actually build it yourself. Okay? Like, Mark doesn't go to work every day and expect to make the money he does with patients unless he finds a way to get the patients into his office. Okay? He has to find a way to do that. And that's all done by marketability. Whether he's promoting on, online or in the local phone book or word of mouth or whatever it is, he's got to go out and find a way to tap into those people that's out there. Okay? So, if we're not going in and tapping in, and then this is what we're taught here. This is why we're such a professional organization here, a professional company, because we teach people, whether they're online marketers or whether they're oral surgeons or lawyers or doctors, they can tap into our resources and learn how to reach out to their niche, whatever that may be, okay, to find the people that they need for their business. And this is the thing that most people tend to miss out there. So when we come out with a new product, and again, companies are always going to have products. We've got 6, now adding on our 7th product, okay, which is Project Titan. But Project Titan actually is not only just an add-on of a new product, it's actually enhancements for our original ones, okay? So this is what everybody's going to slowly get their head around. Now, let's talk about that, since some of the people like Fern and that are struggling. Maybe some of you are struggling with all the products, saying that, I'm overwhelmed with all these products. Well, here's the thing I'm going to tell you on here right now that it's real important for you to understand, okay? Each one of our products is like a level of education if you were to go in and get yourself to a profession. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach everybody to be an entrepreneur. Now, in order to do that, you have to go through course stages, okay? So the first course stage would be the blogging stage, okay? That would be your first course stage. You do that until you have it mastered. Then the second course stage, I guess it would be 1A, would be the inner circle or the elite. This is where you have the mindset development that will go along with the blogging platform. Okay, so let's just talk about elite then. So the blog and the inner circle together. Okay. Then the next stage would be now to production. So if you were going to university, your first year would be elite, learning the blog, learning the inner circle, and mastering that. Your second semester, or whatever it would be the top producer formula, learning how to produce, okay? Getting into the mindset of production. Then the next semester, or year, however you wanted to put it, would be the learning how to build a team and make it sustainable. Okay? And then, of course, the fourth semester or fourth year would be your mass influence. Okay? That would be there. Now, top producer. That comes in, and again, I got to be careful on how I explain this because of the NDA, but the top producer formula is actually an add-on to top producer, list building formula, and mass influence. Okay? It's allowing you, it's the type of product that's going to help you understand and be able to train your focus on each one of those modules. Okay? So again, I have to be careful what I say here because I can't say too much, but it's a type of product that's going to train you to be a focused individual, to be able to ground yourself. Okay? Because most marketers today, they're not grounded. Okay? They get distracted too easy. I mean, they're like ADD, right? They're just like, never mind ADD, they're just right across, right? They're everywhere.
Carl,
it's like squirrel, right?
Squirrel.
Squirrel. So that's where we're at, right? So that's why this particular product that's come in is going to ground us with everything else that we have in the whole entire hub. And this is what has me excited, because I personally experienced that. Just for 2 or 3 minutes I experienced that. And that 2 or 3 minutes was worth the cost of that product to me. Okay? Because now I'm learning how to become that focused, that laser focused, undistractable type person. Okay? And that's what this is going to be on. Connie can attest to that. She actually went through that type of training. Okay? So she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And that's what allowed her to get up on stage. And I'm telling you, everybody on this panel here, anybody who's listening to this, you're going to be a stage walker very, very soon. Okay? Because of what these products are going to do for you. The one thing that I have to tell everybody is that don't allow the product base to overwhelm you. I don't care if it's got 5 products or 10 products or 100 products. Okay? Each product needs to be developed in sequence. Okay? Now, I own all the products, just like a lot of people in here, but do I go through every product every day? No. I go through the products that I need to when I find myself in a situation. If I find myself not producing the way I need to be producing, I will go back to the top producer and start reviewing some of the modules that are in top producer. If I'm struggling with my team to get retention, or to keep retention, I will go to the team building formula and go through the modules there to see where I'm going wrong. Okay? Now, if I want to hit the market like I want to do with this particular new product launch, I want to go out there and I want to get mass influence out there. What am I going to do? I'm going to go back to my mass influence product and see what I'm missing there that is not getting me going what I need to do. See, each one of our products is going to allow us to do different things. And this is what the important part is. Now, on Sunday, we were given a 21-day plan to $5,000 in 21 days. Now, you know, with our product, this one product here, it's not very many sales to hit that with the new Project Titan. And again, I'm not mentioning the price of it because if you want it bad enough, you're just going to get it. Okay? But this can be done with any one of our products. Any one of them. We don't have to just, it's not just Project Titan, it's everything. Because this is all part of the whole entire package. Project Titan is just a new add-on that's seriously going to impact us. And I'm telling you, whether it's you're in this business or any other business, this is a product that you need, you seriously need for any other business that's out there. and I truly believe that. Just from
Oh,
what I've
I
experienced.
absolutely could use it in my oral surgery practice. There's no question about it. It's applicable across the board for almost any industry.
It
Almost
is.
any industry.
Yep. And
No, can I
Sure.
feed on some of what you were talking about?
Sure.
One of the things that I looked at, I joked about not getting a lot of sleep and all. The one thing that Project Titan did for me is I saw an opportunity. They talk about how nothing has really happened like this since the origination of Empower Network and the opportunities that were generated at that time. All the biggest leaders in Empower Network, all the $1 million earners, the $2 million earner, all created just tremendous momentum from that early push when Empower was born. And this is another opportunity like that. And I looked at it from a standpoint of, okay, I'm a newish guy. I don't have a big team. I'm still learning the ropes and what I need to do. But I saw an opportunity that I just refused to miss. Got into Project Titan right away, and I'm killing it now because I see that what I do for the next 21 days may set the stage for everything moving forward. This is an opportunity to just blow out of the gate and just set yourself up in a position where it all just rolls downhill from here. So I would encourage people, even if you don't understand the product, even if you don't get what Project Titan is, look at the opportunity presented to you. Listen to the way that Dave Wood talks, and listen to what he's telling you about how he himself, the owner, has not seen this type of excitement since Empower was first launched. And when the leaders get on and talk about the stuff that they did early on and what it's created for them and the momentum that it created and the huge teams that followed, you should be looking at this, even if you didn't even think the Project Titan product was any good, you should be looking at this as a tremendous opportunity that just doesn't come along very often, and you just take advantage of that. That's all I did. I said, you know what, I don't even care what I have to do. Just tell me what I need to do, tell me the steps, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to bust it. I'm going to bust it wide open because it's an opportunity that just doesn't come around very often, and you just don't want to miss it. Just don't want to miss it.
Well, you don't. And, I talk about this all the time. Most marketers will be in our industry for, I don't know, I'm going to say roughly maybe 6-7 years before they get fed up with it for whatever reason. Now, the one thing that I can tell you, I mean, this is my 36th year in this industry, guys, okay? And in that 36 years, I think I've experienced 5, maybe 6 opportunities like this, but I never capitalized on 4 of them, okay? I was one of these skeptics that said, no, that thing won't go. When Bitcoin first came out, I went crazy on that thing. I had 37,000 Bitcoin that I bought for about 3 cents a Bitcoin when it first came out. And then I thought, you know what, this thing isn't going anywhere. They were saying it was a big thing. So you know what? I got rid of all my Bitcoin. You know how much Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin is worth today? I don't even want to tell you. And I had 37,000 of them.
It's $400 a coin, isn't it?
Yeah. It was actually up to as high as $700 a coin. Okay, so you can imagine the amount of money that I would have right now had I done. You see, and I was one of those that said, you know what, this isn't going to work, and I liquidated it all, selling it on. They're buying all kinds of stupid products and stuff like that never worked, and filling up somebody else's Bitcoin account that is now, rich and retired. Okay, so that was one. There was another one that I didn't capitalize on. That was Herbalife. Okay, didn't capitalize on that one either. Okay, so there's a few of them that were out there. I didn't capitalize on the first run of Empower Network. because I was one of those guys that didn't like the startup things, and I missed that run. Okay? So now I'm back here, and this thing here is going to be way bigger than the first run of Empower Network. And I'll be damned if I'll miss this one. Okay? So, I mean, if anybody out there is even thinking, even hesitating, we are tapping the second largest industry in the world that is literally untapped in network marketing. I'm going to tell you, you will be a complete idiot, and I'm saying that in a nice way, to pass this by. I'm telling you that right now. You don't pass by this. This is untapped, which means we're the first ones to bring this at this momentum, at this type of quality. We're the first ones to bring this to market. Okay? It's like, you know, I'm not going to compare this to things like Facebook or MySpace or any of this kind of stuff, but it is going to be big, and it's going to be huge. We are going to be the grandfathers starting this. Okay? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to go out and try and copy what we're doing, and they're going to fail miserably, because by the time they even get close to what we're doing, we're going to be so far ahead. Okay? This is going to make a lot of wealthy people. Okay? Thousands of wealthy people who actually decide to actually pull the trigger and take it seriously and go with it. Okay? Again, you know, Connie and I'm not sure, I think, you know, you were affected too, Mark, by it. You know, the quality of this product that's coming to market. I mean, we've only seen a smidgen of it. Okay? Never mind the information part of it that's coming.
Right.
It's crazy. Anybody else want to comment?
Well,
Come on, give it someone else a chance.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely going to be transformational, though. It is. You know how you were talking about, you know, you're telling people don't be overwhelmed with all the different products. Well, that's the thing about Project Titan, because it's going to simplify everything. That's what I noticed. And my takeaway was, I was just like, man, you know, I wish this had been created years ago, right? For anything else that I've ever done. Even, you know, when I was working in the corporate world, I could have used it then. So I'm just really excited for it to come out, so that I can utilize it. You know, it's just going to simplify so many things.
You know, Carl, one thing that I think everybody should sort of keep in mind here, and we talked about it a little bit in the Skype group. The focus right now in the next 21 days should be on Titan. If you're not through the other products, if you're not, you know what, set it aside temporarily. You're going to go back to it. But right now, your 100% focus should be on Titan because of the opportunity presented in front of you. You know, would I love to go back and watch some more mass influence stuff being, you know, kind of the direction that we're headed? Sure. But right now, 100% laser focus on Project Titan and what you need to do in Project Titan, because this opportunity doesn't come along very often, and you'll have time to go back. You know, you should be focused on putting people into your business. You should be focused on selling Project Titan. You should be focused on getting the word out. That's really all you need to do. I mean, a lot of people overcomplicate this thing. You know, when it comes to the regular Empower Network opportunity, it's drive traffic. That's really it. Like, let's not overcomplicate this with 8 million technical questions. It's drive traffic. That's it. Right now, Project Titan, it's get the word out. Get the word out, get people in, and get them finding out about Project Titan and signing on board. That's it. It's really, really simple. You just, you know, there are lots of different ways of doing that, but don't lose sight of the forest through the trees, or whatever that saying is. You know, it's focus in on what you need to accomplish. You need to present the opportunity to people. You need to give them enough information that they have a sense of what it is that you're trying to get across to them without giving them too much information. And then get them to jump on board and want to find out more. That's it. That's really all there is to it. It's simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And you know, for the folks that are having difficulty raising the resources, find a way, man, because I'll tell you, I know it's tough. I've been there. I mean, I wasn't an oral surgeon all my life. I was a student most of my life, so I know how poor you can be. You know, you find a way during the times where you have a chance to explode and when you have a chance to build things like can never be built after this opportunity goes away.
Right.
Project Titan will be there, but the pre-launch and the NDA and the whole, you know, uncertainty about what it is, you know, it really is a prime opportunity to just, you know, explode your business and take it to a new level. And that's really what I think you want to focus on. Don't worry about what the product is. I mean, I haven't even seen the product. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, it's going to be great when it comes. Don't get me wrong. I'm super excited about what it is, but it doesn't matter right now. We don't have it in our hands, so who cares? You know, build the opportunity. Go out there and get the word out. You know, scream it at the top of your lungs, however, you know, whatever methods you want to use, but get the word out. That's really, you know, it's KISS principle. Just keep it simple. You know, just get the word out in whatever format you can. Now, the 21-day guide, you know, the 21-day formula sort of spells it out for you. It gives you the, you know, gives you the ways of doing it. But, you know, if you can think of other ways, or I've just been blasting through the steps that Dave presented to us. I mean, I'm you know, way past day 3 because I just want to, you know, get it out to the world. But it doesn't matter. Follow the steps one by one. Just get the word out. It's really, I think we all in this industry, I think we tend to just overcomplicate things way too much.
Yeah, you know, that's true. I don't know, Connie, was there something you wanted to add?
No, I was just saying I completely agree with him. You know, keep it simple because right now we're in the forefront, so taking advantage of that is crucial. You know, because you're helping others. You know, not only does the product going to help transform others once that does come out, but right now by getting other people in the forefront of it, you know, that's helping others as well to transform. You know, because they're getting in front of something that's going to be great. You know, and if you can get, you know, tell as many people as you can to take part of this, it is totally worth it for them and for you.
Yeah, you know, and again, it's not like we don't know anything. You know, we do know what the product is, basically. We just don't know how extensive it is, okay? And again, when you know, when Mark's talking about focusing on that, you always want to focus on your newest product. You know, like when the Apple phone comes out, every time the Apple phone comes out, they always focus on the new phones. They don't focus on anything else that's out there. You're always going to focus on your newest product, okay? But here's the thing. Again, talking about what I just talked to you guys about, all your other products are part of that marketing process.
Right.
Okay? You know, you're going to use your blog to talk about Project Titan. You're going to use some of the top producer stuff to figure out maybe some of the extra strategies that you just maybe a little lost in, or maybe some of the terminology you should be doing. So you're going to go back to that and utilize that as you're marketing this thing using the 21-day plan. Now, this 21-day plan is not just for Project Titan. And this is what you have to understand. We're providing you with such a huge blueprint for business in general. That thing can be used, you know, I got it right here. This thing, all these pages, this stuff here can be used to market anything online. I could teach anybody to market anything online. I could coach them like that, okay? Because they handed us the blueprint. And our blueprint is getting bigger and better every single time. And this is what has me so excited about. I am more excited about Empower Network this second time round than I've ever been about anything that I've been in. And I've been in some pretty darn good programs. But this blows the doors off of everything that I've been in. Okay? It's the culture that's here. It's the products and what they bring. This is like friggin' crazy. Mark, thanks. I know you got to run. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, no
I'm gonna
problem. I got about 5 minutes, so I'll hang out for a little bit longer.
Okay. So I appreciate that. I'm going to try to get everybody else on the panel here because I could talk forever. But you know, I just want everybody understanding that this method of Project Titan that's coming out, this is a very, very powerful product that's going to impact everybody in any industry, okay, on or off the internet. It's that powerful, okay. And I wish I could say more because I'm you know, the duct tape's going to come out soon. I know it. So you know, I can hardly wait till I can start to tell everybody about this because I know what it is, okay. And again, you always focus on the most current product always that comes out that a company launches. Every single time, no hesitation, period. That's it. You always focus on that. And that's why we're focusing heavily on this. And then when everybody understands, when this thing comes out, they're going to go, oh, now I know why. That's what's going to happen. The aha moment is going to hit everybody. It's already hit me. I already see that vision already. Okay? Some of you may not see it yet. You're going to see it. And when you do, you're going to go, oh, my God. You know? So, Fern, you gotta run? Okay. Thanks for hanging with us. So
the last thing I would say on this, Carl, is along previous lines, was when we all look back and we're up on stage as $1 million earners, you know, part of our story will be everything was created during the giant Project Titan push. And so you don't want to look back and go, oh man, I had that opportunity. And look, those guys that were exactly where we were at the time are now here, and I'm still way down here. You don't want to miss an opportunity to just go through the roof. So, you know, I just encourage everybody to just, you know, get Project Titan if you haven't gotten it, and then just bust a move, just get it out there and just go crazy. It's a short period of time, 21 days. I mean, you know, just do a little bit every day or do a lot every day. I'm trying to just do as much as I can, but I'm looking at this as the beginning of, you know, a giant team and a real beginning that is going to be part of my story when I get up on stage.
You know, you just shared something here that absolutely impacts exactly what we do, Mark. Okay, this company is an education company. Mm-hmm. And what did we all just learn by what Mark just said? We just had an educational moment. Because Mark just went back and said, this is what we learned. When we get on stage, we're going to be teaching what we did. We just learned this now. I mean, this is something that's part of this learning process. And I mean, you know what? We just learned a lesson right here, right now. That if it wasn't for hanging out here, hanging out with the people that we do, sharing the knowledge, sharing these products, and understanding what the impact of these products are, we wouldn't be able to get to where that $1 million ring situation might be, right?
And Carl, you know best. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to point out, you know, kind of a negative thing, but I mean, you talk to me all the time about how you and Alex had started off at kind of a, you know, pretty similar position, and look at the way things have gone. You're going to get there. I have no doubt you're going to get there, but you know, years now, it's going to be a year's difference.
He's not that far ahead of me. He's only ahead of me. He's got a little bit of a head start.
But you know what? You can speak from this. You can watch someone that was kind of at the level that you were, or maybe slightly above, and you know, now look at the difference. And you don't want to be in that position 3 years from now when you had the opportunity to just bust it wide open. So
you got Connie.
not to bum you out, but you know, I just wanted to spell it out to everybody else. That
you're absolutely right. I mean, like Connie pulled off a Carl, right? Mm-hmm. She didn't quite get the product, and she experienced that $1,000 loss.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't quite as bad as mine. $3,000 losses in a row, but you know, again.
Plus, Empower gave you a mulligan. They gave you a mulligan.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because you Alex and I were joking about Project Titan. He goes, I hope you're not upgrading for a while. I go, yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
So I didn't give him that opportunity, right?
I learned from your lessons. There's no friggin' way I'm letting anything pass up.
It's the thing is that when you look at this, if you look at this in general, this is something. It's a learning lesson, but it's also part of being an entrepreneur. Okay, I mean, we talk about being a product of the product. You can't be a product of the product. Okay, thanks, Judy. Thanks
Judy.
for coming on. And if you're not willing to be a product of your product, then there's really no sense in you even going into business. It's like me, like when I had my sports card store. If I didn't have sports cards in hockey and football and baseball and soccer and even non-sports, if I wasn't carrying products for the masses, I wouldn't have made a whole lot of money, right? So I had to educate myself in all the different sports because I don't follow all the sports, okay? Like I follow a little bit of baseball and I follow a little bit of football, but my sport is hockey, and that's where I was in there. But I couldn't just open up a sports card store and just have hockey in there. I would lose out on so much of my clientele if I did that. So that's what, if I'm going to do a comparison, this is kind of a good comparison. If I'm not willing to be a product of my product, then I can't expect to have any kind of good results, period. It's like you, Mark. If you only focused on pulling molars and that's it, not wisdom teeth, not anything else, just molars, you would lose out on a lot of your business if that was all you did.
Sure.
You see? So in your business, you have to learn about all the teeth in there, whether you're pulling them, whether you're crowning them, whatever it is you're doing, right? So, whatever it is, you have to learn all aspects of your business. Otherwise, you'd be losing it out to your competition.
Sure.
You became a product of your own product. And this is what we keep trying to tell people. The one thing that I'm going to leave this with, and this is the biggest thing, is if you have to question how much money everything is going to cost, then the best thing for you to do is not get into business. I hate to say it. Because you're going to come in, you're going to put down, like I had a guy, well, $19. If I could only tell you how much I had to spend on business, $19 was a drop in the bucket. Okay?
When you have a physical business, the investment is a hell of a lot more.
$20 to run a business monthly, that's a drop in the bucket. My sports card business is about $7,500 plus a month. Right? That was my expenses. Right? So, I know people don't understand this, and this is what I understand. They need to get their head around it. But even here, like if you look at Empower right now, all products, everything, right? $6,500. All products. Actually, if you get a discount, it's cheaper, right? And a lot of people go, man, that's just like a lot of money. Again, $7,500 a month is what I paid for my store. I don't even want to ask you, Mark, and don't even say, because I already know that your overhead is just huge. Okay? So, the thing is, and you can tell how focused Mark is. I want you to look at this, okay? What do you notice about Mark, how focused he is? Can anybody notice what it is? His calendar is still in April.
Can figure it out.
His calendar is still showing April.
It just goes to show you don't have to be the brightest bulb in the pack to do this. See? It shows you that.
There you go. So, I guess that's what I just have to leave it at. I mean, the one thing that I learned, and I learned that from Empower and a few of the others in here. Like, some of you that were at the event, you heard Dave talk, yell out to Darren Little in the crowd there. Some of you might have met him. He was wearing the, what do you call those hats? Oh, my God.
A fedora?
They were selling those hats at the Empire thing. Anyways, it was the white hat, like that. Yeah. What do you call that hat? What do you call that hat, Steve?
A hat.
No, what's that called? There's a name for that hat.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't call it a hat.
Anyways, Darren Little's wearing a hat like that for any of you that were there. I forget the name of them. But, you know, this is a guy who actually helped me through getting out of my ego problem I had. Okay? And I give kudos to Darren out there for that. Because, you know, he's one guy that really helped me shelf my ego. And when I did that, that's when I started to make money. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the one thing that people focus on the most, which they should be focused on the least, is how much money it costs to run their business. Okay? You never focus on how much money it costs you to run your business. The focus is always on how much money you're going to generate for your business. When you learn how to do that, that's when you become a 5, 6, and 7-figure earner. The moment I learned that, I never went back to making mediocre money. Okay?
Yeah, you can't have return on investment if you don't have investment.
Exactly.
You know, it costs money to make money, period. The way this world works, it costs money to make money. It does.
You know, I'm going to give another example before we close it all down here.
And I'm sorry, Carl, I got to run, but
You gotta run? Okay.
great hangout, bud.
Thanks, bud. Thanks for showing up.
See you guys.
Okay, so one thing I want to share here, and then I'm going to bring some of you guys on for some last things. But I shared this on a post on one of my blog posts. Okay, and the cost monthly for the average person to go to their job. Okay, now if you're just a couple with no kids, okay, and you go and you go to work every day, okay? You've got your commute that you've got to do, okay? So most people are either going to take public transit or they're going to take their own vehicle, okay? So if you take your own vehicle, in most cases, you will have to pay a monthly parking fee to park your vehicle, in most cases, for most companies. A lot of them don't have company parking, okay? So in most cases. So monthly parking for the average Joe is going to be somewhere between $100 and $300 a month to park. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. Just give me a sec here. I just want to share this with everybody. Okay, so let's just say parking is $100 to $300 a month. Then you have lunches. Okay, the average person who does not have kids, okay, will buy their lunch 3 to 4 times a week at roughly, let's say, $10 a lunch. It might be more than that. Let's say $10 a lunch. So that's $30 to $40 per week, okay? So that's going to be roughly $120 to $160 a month, okay? That's just parking and lunches. Okay, now that's just for those people. Okay, so now we're looking at, let's say at max you're going to be looking at $220 to $460 a month in expenses to go to work. That's just going to work. Okay? Now, that's just parking in that. We won't even put in the gas. We could add the gas money if you're driving your own vehicle or the public transit. So public transit a month is, for a monthly pass, what would it be? Let's say $100 a month for public transit, and gas would be probably about $200 a month, depending on your car, right? Whether it's a gas guzzler or whether it's an economical car. So let's just add that. So now we're at $220, so that would be, let's say, $3 to $420 a month to $660 a month. Okay, that's your expenses. Now this is what you're going to get paid to wherever business you're going to. Now, let's say the average person is making, I don't want to do it on an hourly, let's say 25,000 to 50,000. Okay? So let's, I'm just going to bring out my calculator and I'm going to divide that by 12. So 25,000 divided by 12 equals roughly 2,083 a month. Now this is just the average person, okay? So 50,000 divided by 12. Now this is before taxes, obviously, right? So 4166. Okay, so you're going to be taking on a 4166, you're going to be making roughly $3,500 a month if you're doing 50,000, and you're going to be making roughly $1,400 a month take home. Okay, after paying for those expenses if you have to pay for parking and gas. Now, people are willing to spend that every single month to go and make that kind of money. Where with our business, you could turn around on a monthly basis. Now, maximum a month, okay, with ours is 217 plus another 100. So you're looking at 317 a month maximum, okay? But we have a refer 3 and it's free. So that will bring it down to 137 a month. It's actually 327. 137 a month to run your business. 137 a month to run your business, or anywhere from 460 to 660 a month to pay for expenses to get paid for whatever somebody else tells you you can make. Potential in our business, unlimited. Potential in working for somebody else, 25 to 50,000 max or whatever it is. And every year, maybe no raises. Okay? Now, this is reality, but nobody thinks this way. So, why do you think I left my corporate job in 2002, 2003 and told them, that's it, I'm done? And I went full time. Now, I just shared with you the expenses of those that had no kids. Imagine the expenses of those that have kids. Okay? What's the biggest expense of people who have kids?
Babysitter.
Daycare. Daycare monthly, I don't know what it is down in the States, but up here in Canada, it's roughly between $500 and $1,200 a month. Okay? Depending. If it's day home or daycare. Okay? Now, that's per child. God help anybody who's got more than one child. Okay? So now, imagine somebody who's at $25,000 a year having to pay. Now some of those expenses are a little bit changed because now they're bagging their lunch and going there, but now their grocery bill is higher. Okay? So it all balances out. And now they're adding daycare on. So rather than, say, $460 a month in expenses, they're now up to about $1,400. So what did I say that they were making? $2,083 at $25,000 minus $1,400? Poverty. It's no wonder people are coming to the internet. I'm being realistic here. These are realistic numbers. I may be off by a little bit, but I'm not off by much. And anybody who's, Connie, you've got kids, right? If you were working, how much would you have been paying for daycare for your kid?
Oh, how much was I? Yeah, my daughter, I was paying $800 a month, and then when she started school, it went down to $500 a month. Yeah.
Okay. See?
Yeah. And then that's just for one child. My kids are 6 years apart, so when I had the both of them in daycare, go figure, right? Just guess how much that was.
You see, and people don't take that. Even if you were making $60,000 a year or $70,000 a year, you're talking per child, right?
Exactly.
Roughly $500 and $800, so that's $1,000 to $1,600 a month.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you were taking home, say, $4,000 a month, you minus the $1,600, now you're down to $2,400 a month.
Yeah, that was my situation. You know.
See?
Yep. Making decent money, but still living check to check because of all of that, right?
And that was just your daycare. I didn't take out the gas money or maybe your parking.
Parking.
You see, this is what I mean, and this is how people. This is how I don't understand how they don't think, right? Because they go and they have all of these different expenses, but they think it's cheaper to have a job. It's actually more expensive.
It is.
Than to go and work for yourself.
Yeah, I don't have to, I can pick my kids up from school now, and I don't have to pay for daycare. I don't have to spend as much on gas and parking anymore. It's much better. It's much different.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper to be an entrepreneur.
It is, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, and this is what people don't understand. And when they come to a business online and they go, well, your products are $6,500. Yeah. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay. Let's do this at 660 times 12. Let's just do that. Okay. I'm just going to bring up my calculator. Some of you might already have this up. So 660 times 12. Wow, $7,920 a year on expenses, right?
Yeah.
And I said $6,500 for all of our products. You're still saving yourself $1,420.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, not to mention that for instance, I owe $77,000 in student loans, right?
Again, you see, that's what I mean. So now you've got a high output, and I'm not even going to ask what it is, but I'm guessing probably somewhere around $500-700 a month or whatever, maybe more. Okay, on student loans. So and this is a problem with a lot of students.
Yeah.
They go out and they'll spend 4 or 5 years to getting a college degree of some kind, with no guarantee of any kind of job coming out of college.
Right.
They got to fight tooth and nail to get something.
Yep.
Right. So, and then you're stuck with all the student loans. I don't know how many nurses and people that I've met serving me dinner in restaurants because they can't find a job.
Yeah, you're so right, Carl. I mean, I got my
paying their student loans off.
Yeah, Carl, I got my psychology degree, and I was working for the state, and I got only $100 raise. Whoop-de-doo, right?
You see? So, when you start talking reality here, we've got the most valuable product that I have seen in years on the internet. And I'm not saying all other products out there aren't valuable. They're valuable in their own different way, right? But the one thing that is the most valuable in any kind of business form is the right education.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, hands down.
It's sad because the one thing that we do sell and we're very, very good at, and the one thing that the product that we have that's very, very good, that people will hesitate to actually get involved because it's education. Some people, well, that's not a real business. Well, if that's not a real business, then why are you paying into going to colleges and universities? They're not real businesses then.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
If we're not a real business, then they're not a real business.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Anyways, I'll leave it at that. The way to, we kind of got a little bit off topic here talking about the 5,021 days, kind of. But it's all about the focus of what you need to do. You need to have the proper game plan in place. And that's what we have. We've got this game plan right here. Okay? And this gives us everything that we need. I've been using this for the first 3 days, and I'm telling you, my results are staggering from before I started using this.
That's good.
So I guess we'll leave it at that. But I know we kind of jumped all over the place, but you know, it's all about the value of what's here, and you know, to make $5,000 in 21 days on a launch like this with a product that we have. I'm telling you, if some of you don't think it can be done, you have to start rethinking things.
Yeah.
You know, whether you have a list, whether you don't have a list, it doesn't matter. This 21-day plan was designed for those who don't have a list.
Right.
You know, anyone who heard my story on stage, I got destroyed a couple of years ago from a company, and nobody wanted to work with me. Nobody. And I came back to Empower Network starting right over from scratch. And you know, in the last 6 months, 5, 6 months, whatever it's been, you know, I've done about $12,500 in income. See our income disclaimer. But if I can turn around and start from scratch just like everybody else, I remember I was in a different situation because I had my name labeled out there. Okay? And I had to work around that. Because, again, people join people in businesses, and when companies go corrupt, they don't tend to blame the company. They tend to blame the person that got them into the company. And that's what happened in my part. So, if I can turn around and come out of the ashes and create something out of this, like I have, and built the strong team that I have, as a matter of fact, it's the strongest team I've ever had. Anybody else who's listening to this can do this. I don't care whether you haven't done your first sale yet or anything. You're very, very capable of doing that. I'll leave it at that. So, thanks everyone for joining me here today. I think it was a good hangout today. I believe. I think we all got a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, it was great, Carl. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys and Connie and all you guys for sharing your stuff today. I love the fact that we all come in here as a community and we get in here, although sometimes I do talk too much. Sometimes you guys got to bring the duct tape out, right?
We'll see y'all later. Have a great week.
You too, Yarmo. Thanks again, bud.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
So, thanks everyone, and we'll see you again on Thursday for those of you that can make it.
Okay,
Take care.
bye-bye now.
Bye now.